January 2023 meeting of the Fannin County Board of Education. And we'll call the meeting to order.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, and good evening, Board. I'd like to welcome you to our meeting, as well as those folks who are watching us online on Rebel TV. I'd like to welcome you to our meeting as well, here at the Staff Development Center. Mr. Chair, second item on the agenda, as well as the third, the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. We're going to ask for the invocation of Mr. Darren Danner, who will please come to the podium, and then also for the Pledge of Allegiance, we're going to ask Mr. Elder Mose, who will come to the podium as well. So if everybody would please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the pledge.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you today. Like to thank you for the blessings that not only you've given me and my family, but my extended family, and also the school system. We give you all the glory for everything that you've ever done for us and for my son. Please continue your hedge of protection over every student, every employee, anybody that's affiliated with the Fannin County School. We ask that you continue to bless the leadership, anybody who makes decisions that it's made in your honor and your glory. When things happen, we give you all the credit. Again, thank you for everything that you've done. In Jesus' name.
Thank you, Mr. Danner. Remain standing for the pledge, Mr. Mose.
Attention, salute, pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Mr. Chair, the next item on the agenda is number 4, board reorganization. And we have 2 parts to that. And I'll go back over to you for the first part, A.
Very good. The first item would be the chairperson and vice chairperson for 2023. And I believe I need to turn the meeting over to you.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
We need to do that before the motion.
You can.
Got a motion to turn the meeting over to Dr. Fannin.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor? Votes unanimous. Motion carries.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bramlett. Okay, at this time, I'm going to lead the process of appointing a board chair for 2023. So once I appoint a new board chair for 2023, I will send the chairmanship back over to that, and he will lead the process of finding a vice chair for 2023. So I'm going to open the floor at this time and entertain a motion for chair of the Board of Education for 2023. Do I have any nominations?
I have one.
Yes.
I'd like to recommend Mr. Perry Bramlett. He's been an excellent chair for us, and I'd like to nominate him.
Okay, I have one nomination for Terry Bramlett. Any other nominations? Hearing none, I will close nominations, and I will at this time call for a vote. Is there a motion for Terry Bramlett for chair of the Fannin County Board of Education for 2023?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Galloway has made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Beard has made the second. So we have a motion and a second for Mr. Bramlett for chair for 2023. All those in favor? And it is unanimous. Congratulations, Mr. Chair. So I'm going to turn the meeting back over to you.
Thank you, Kai. It's an honor to serve. We follow the same procedure for vice chair. So at this time, I'll entertain nominations for the position of vice chair for 2023.
I'll make a nomination for Michael.
And I'll second that nomination. Any other nominations? Hearing none, all those in favor of Mike Cole, Vice Chair 2023? Votes almost unanimous.
Seems odd. Vote for yourself.
Get it up there. Now it's unanimous. Congratulations, Mr. Cole. Thank you for your service.
I appreciate you doing that. Made it easy on Ms. Williams over here. She was wondering how to account for that. Okay, Mr. Chair, next is board reorganization. Next part of board reorganization is to set our time, place, and date of Board of Education meetings. Mr. Inslee, there is an attachment associated with this. It is a legal notice that your decision tonight, board, will run in the news report for the next 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and open this up. And this is to basically continue as we have been. We're meeting on the second Thursday of each month at 5:30 p.m. and the location, of course, is here. So special call meetings, as always, can be set on an as-needed basis. But this Board of Education will continue basically as it's done for the past year into the upcoming. That's my recommendation.
Very good. I'll entertain a motion to that effect.
So moved.
We have a motion to continue the meeting time and date as is currently in place at this location. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Vote is unanimous. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. And now with that, this attachment, Ms. Lynn, becomes official. So if you would get with us in the morning, let's see if we can sell the paper and get it running for the next 2 weeks. Thank you. All right, Mr. Chair, item number 5 is to approve the consent agenda. This is comprised of 2 parts. A is to approve this agenda itself, and then B is to approve minutes. We have a set of minutes posted from the December meeting. We'll open those up. Mr. Inslee will scroll through. Thank you, Mr. Inslee. Mr. Chair, I recommend the consent agenda approval as presented.
Chair will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Vote is unanimous. Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Chair, excited about some special recognitions this evening. We have three very special recognitions. And the first one is very special to me. Mr. Eldon Moats served the Fannin County School System for 47 years. And from 1975, so that would be West Fannin and East Fannin High School. So we predate Fannin County High School here. So from 1975 to 2005, after the Performing Arts Center was opened, Mr. Moats was our director of bands along with his wife, who is also with us as being one of the most. And from 2005 to 2022, he was the coordinator of that facility, the Performing Arts coordinator. Mr. Moats was twice a star teacher for the Fannin County School System, and has taken Fannin County students to so many unique and wonderful places. If we started listing them now, Mr. Chair, we could probably be finished by the morning, going through all the opportunities that were provided to Fannin County kids because of Mr. and Mrs. Moats. One of my personal favorites was playing for the 200th anniversary of the White House, at the White House in the Rose Garden. Very special, very special. Mr. Moats was the recipient of the 2022 Pioneers in Education Award for Fannin County. He was recognized by Pioneer RESA, along with a delegation. We were limited by the table size of folks that we could have taken. If we could have taken everybody that Mr. Moats has dealt with that could have gone, we could have easily packed all of our buses, Mr. Inslee, going across. But we couldn't do that. We could just take one table. And so a small delegation and I were able to go over and the venue at Sonita Vineyards, and this was on December 9th when he received the award. And board, I'm honored to present him with this award before all of you tonight this evening. So at this time, I'd like for Mr. Moats to come up and we will present the award. I'll bring Ms. Moats too if you want to. And the board will come around front. Mr. Chair, for this next one, I'm going to ask each of our principals, of our 5 principals, to be on standby right here, or somewhere off to the side somewhere, perhaps over here, because Mr. Harbison won't take pictures right there. So we'll free that up for him. But January is, we've got an attachment up here, Mr. Inslee. There's another attachment that is, there it is. January 9th, 2023 was National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. And Fannin County Schools are blessed with 5 sheriff's deputies for our 5 schools. These are our school resource officers, and they're led by Lieutenant Darvin Couch, who is back here in the back. And everybody looks sharp, Mr. Couch, Lieutenant Couch. You got everybody's in their nice uniforms, and everybody looks good this evening. We are so thankful that you are here. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to call you up and recognize you with a certificate with your principal, with the board behind you, and we take a photograph of this. And then if I could keep all 5 SROs up with this board, Mr. Danner, I want you to be a part of this recognition too, since you coordinate SROs with us, and thankful for the work that you do on that piece as well. So at this time, if the board would go ahead and line up, and we'll recognize.
this award, which Dr. Guadney, you probably know better about how many years in a row this has taken place, but our Board of Education is every year. Exemplary board. So this is an extreme honor. Our board has to go through a lot of different efforts to be able to get this award. It takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of dedication for them to be able to obtain this award. So again, for this previous school year, we're extremely grateful and extremely honored to be able to present our Board of Education the GSBA Exemplary Board status and this award. So, excellent. 2022.
And as we'll find out a little bit later in the meeting from Mr. Ruth, this board is already working toward the same recognition for 2023. Mr. Chair, the next item on the agenda is school governance team update, number 7. I'm going to turn the floor over to our Deputy Superintendent, Betsy Hyde. Hello, Ms. Hyde.
Hello. Good evening, y'all. As you know, the rules for SGTs, they do not have to meet every month. So we only had 2 that met in December because it is a very busy month for the schools. Blue Ridge Elementary met, and they had no fundraiser requests, no field trip requests, or no facility use requests. So they had a community representative who had moved or had resigned, so they approved a new member, Paige Powell. And then Dr. Hodges presented the data from their milestone scores from last year and discussed that and what it meant. Then they looked at their calendar and presented all the upcoming events through December and what that meant. And their parent liaison was there, and they talked about what they needed to do. And they already have such good parent participation, but how to improve it and get more volunteers into the school. And the high school met. They had 3 fundraiser requests that they considered and approved, 2 field trip requests they approved, and 2 facility use requests. Then Dr. Ramsey presented to the team that the high school wants to start an impact center at the beginning of the 2nd semester to help provide additional support to students who are in danger of not graduating this year. And so part of that would mean some changes to the student handbook, which is what the SGT does, and they look at things like this and consider it. So they discussed that, and they approved changing the handbook to meet the requirements they're going to use to start this program to see what we can do to help more students graduate. And now next, Robert, I think that we have attached the new SGT members, I attached a list of current ones. Everyone's the same except East Fannin had a community member that left, and Mr. Price is trying to find somebody. He'll make that announcement. They will meet the 1st of February, and he's going to present someone for approval there. And Blue Ridge approved Paige Powell, and the rest of the members remain the same as at the beginning of the year. So that's just to keep you updated on who is working. They put a lot of time and effort in going to these meetings and doing a lot of work over the schools. So, any questions?
Comment. That spoke with again. I'm surprised to believe next year really been good bonding. Already good thing.
Yes, they do. They go in and they're very involved and very and then they kind of go out and they get more people involved, their friends and people. So it really has helped the schools, and I think giving them more opportunities to be in the schools. So.
Is there a reason there's only one community member at the high school? Or is that just the way it's always been?
No, there's two in there's not. Does it say, what does that say? I'm sorry, no, Christy Gribble's on there, and I don't know if I missed that one, that's my mistake.
That's okay. Good catch, Mr. Galloway. We can correct that on there and replace it with the accurate version. We'd like to post this a couple of times a year so the community is aware of who the SGT members are in case they wish to reach out. And so we can correct that and replace that attachment. That'll be fine.
Good catch.
And you said it was Christy Gribble. Right. Yeah, from the chamber. Okay. All right, great. Any other questions from the side on that agenda? Okay, next one, number 8, Dr. Huff. And Dr. Huff has some folks that are with her, too. And while we're waiting on them to come up, I'd just like to make a comment before she begins the presentation. It's nice to see a good vision become a great reality. And when I think about this facility and the vision that went behind this facility, the Board of Education's vision for this facility, was staff development, was training. And fortunately, to get to see that to come to fruition with Mr. Danner, working hard, what we're in right now was just a shell. If you'll just remember, local board trainings a year ago, we were coming in and looking at this, and now here we are, and we're having meetings here. But that was, just getting the facility was part of that vision. The remainder of the fulfillment of that vision was to actually conduct trainings here, and it was beautiful. And I'm sure that we're going to see more from Dr. Huff, but the amount of people, you wouldn't believe how many folks were in this room last week. And we estimate, Mr. Danner, 150 approximately in here, 2 sessions of approximately 150 staff members in this room on the second day last week, and then there was others on the first day of training last week. So from there, I'm going to commend you on having the vision that we needed a place that we can conduct staff development and not disrupt the schools or disrupt the work of the kids to do it. And then second, seeing it through. That's great. Let's turn it over to Dr. Welcome. And tell us who you have with us.
There we go. Okay. It is my honor to have with me this afternoon a couple of our academic coaches from here in Montgomery County. Our newest addition to our crew is Ms. Jody Morgan from the middle school. I have Ms. Emily Adams from Blue Ridge Elementary, Michelle Fox from West Fannin, and Renee Carter from East Fannin. Amy Williams is the academic coach at the high school, but with the weather concerns for the evening, she felt she needed to perform home this afternoon. And I just kept bragging up about the things that these ladies do day in and day out to help with things like our PL, but also help teachers and support them with the things they have to do. They are masters of many, many fields. So I appreciate that. And they told me they would let me be the mouthpiece for the group if they could just come up here and smile and look nice. And they did that very well. Thank you, ladies. I'm going to talk about two different things tonight that are very near and dear to my heart, and one of those is literacy. And I've got a couple of slides here about some other endeavors we have going on. And we are working really hard with our system, not just to support children who are already in our schools, but also to make sure that we are promoting that early literacy before those students ever arrive. Mr. Inslee, the parent liaison, and some volunteers for the high school have been instrumental in helping us make sure that we're fulfilling our Get Georgia Reading campaign requirements by utilizing L4GA monies to do some very special things. We have what we call a Let's Get Fannin reading campaign going, where we are working to make sure we're getting books into the hands of those children who just aren't quite old enough for school yet. The purpose of promoting that early literacy, as you all know, is that the sooner we can get books into children's hands and make sure that they are learning to learn how to read, that's just going to help them to be more successful when they do make it to school. We have started giving away books at some of our events within the schools. In the fall, each of our elementary schools had their family nights, and we were able to give out books at each of those events. And then we were trying to get creative with other times when we have little ones coming in. Sometimes they're hostages at the events of their older siblings, and we were looking to see when we could find ways to get those books to them then. So we have had high school volunteers help us giving out those books at a football game already this year. We have also done each of the schools a giveaway during the Thanksgiving meals. I love that picture in the middle of that young man hunkered down there with that little girl, helping her to pick out some of her favorite books from the stacks. Because as you guys know, this is twofold. This doesn't just benefit those little ones who are looking up to these big ones. It also benefits our big kids in that they are learning how to give back to their communities and how important it is to be a role model to these younger guys. They don't always know that they're being watched, but those little eyes are upon them. We also gave out books at White Christmas. I've got Miss Angel there with me and Dawn Keaton from the high school. And that night those days we were able to get out over 250 books to the little ones who came through. So we, for the semester, finished out giving out about 855 books. So we are very proud of that. And then, as Dr. Rodney has already alluded to, we did have some professional learning going on loud and proud here at the SBC at the 1st of January. But our professional learning is something that spans the course of the year. It's not always just about events that are going on in a setting like this or in a setting like our Pioneer Reset when we go over there to see them. There is lots of professional learning that goes on a regular basis within our schools. And just like I said earlier about things that are a group effort, our PL is a group effort amongst the staff that is here in our district office as well as our schools. We wouldn't know what to do without people like our ladies right back here who help us to know what the needs are and with our principals to talk about how to meet those needs. So it's definitely, like I said, teamwork makes the dream work when it comes to pulling these things off. Over the course of this year, the focus of our professional learning has been ELA, also known as reading and writing, math, STEM, and social emotional learning. Our elementary focuses have built around the ELA, math, and STEM. You can see there are a couple of the things that they have focused on or attended throughout the year so far, and that will continue to attend as the second semester rolls forward. Our middle school, their focus has been just slightly different, but that was, again, to focus on what their needs were. We have some co-teaching things that we are starting up with our GLRS partners this semester. And our high school there, you'll see they're looking at co-teaching math, and then social and emotional learning has also been something that they have already worked on and have continuing plans for. We also have some very specialized staff across our school. We call them our intervention and special education staff. And they focus on meeting some very specialized needs for students who are having struggles or need specialized instruction. And you'll see there that our specialized instruction staff, we've got listed as special education. We also have behavior support that our intervention teams work with, and academic supports. Now, the slides you just seen have to do more with either small or large groups that are having their needs met this way, but we also try to also customize for those individual needs, because there are people who have specialty areas that we might not have enough of those individuals here to have the PL come to them, and they oftentimes have to go out for PL. Our school-wide needs are also met through professional learning communities, and that's what I referenced earlier about that ongoing professional learning that's going on within the schools, that is led by our administrative teams, led by our academic coaches, where they're getting together with teams during data day, during planning period, digging into data, and even have some who are doing book studies to make sure they know what best supports their students. Our district-wide endeavors are met in a couple of different ways. Some of those are through collaborative sessions, which are meetings that occur throughout the course of the year, usually every 4 to 6 weeks, with the different folks who are listed there, so that we're able to talk about what's going on with them and help them to move forward. We also have several endorsement programs and people taking part in there. Right there are 3 different ones, and we probably have about a dozen people who are involved in those. And many of those are online type cohorts where they do the work independently after hours. Here we have some of the trainings that have been a focus throughout the district. We did in one of our January sessions focus on bullying. Brains Wired Differently was another. And then we have a safety and security one. Some of those others are ones that had already occurred earlier in the year. And we've got some great pictures of this building at its finest, and we're at our very finest when our teachers are here with us, and we are learning side by side. This is our math collaborative. That lady you see there in that first picture has become a dear, dear friend to our teachers and academic coaches over the course of the last 4 years, and they have a great level of respect for her, and she has helped them to grow their knowledge about teaching math. I love the pictures, the other 2 pictures there, because they were using spaghetti noodles, marshmallows, and a couple of other supplies to construct something, which is a task that their students would then be asked to take part in later. And then you see this room we have right here. And the first picture there is one of those large group sessions where we did have about 150 folks in here. And we were making good use of the space, had plenty of room to make that happen. Also, that's a picture from out front. It's nice to have those little areas for our people to fellowship between sessions while we transition. And this picture is just amazing to me. First, we have what we see there in the foreground, which is the blessing of our building with plenty of parking and room for everyone. And man, look at that background. I mean, that is an example of the splendor that just draws more and more people to our area, which then, does substantiate the need for facilities like we have and facilities that are yet to come. And then I told them I did have to have your picture just in case they couldn't be here. You're one more look at our academic coaches. And ladies, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want you to know that I feel I learn so much from you every time we get together. You guys are leaders within your schools, and we appreciate you for that. And I thank the board for their time. Any questions for me?
Go ahead.
Y'all excuse me if I get excited. When I was just a young man, 12, 14, something, my dad and husband was unlikely people in the world buy a book for a kid. I don't know why he says it, but I still remember Swiss Family Robinson Crusoe, Dad couldn't hang out the sport. Watch those shipwrecks, both two things, ship. First thing they took when they went to the ship to recover the library. It took me a while to figure that out. But I don't think there's anything that's ever been factored words to express my true feelings, but that's the way I feel because I'm given that gift. I've used it all my life in some form of gift. I still remember the especially the Swiss Family Robinson. I remember all of the activities they lived with their life food from the library and things that put to the sheet of Robinson's family, Swiss Family Robinson. And that's like prepared for the nation being born, Abraham Lincoln being a country boy and rising to be president. It's in us. Everything is found in it. Good.
Thank you.
Very fast. Y'all do.
Well, I unpacked all those books he was reading. Divvied them out into little stacks to send out to our schools so they would have them on hand. And different adults that came through while I was doing that. And I think every single one got at least one book that, oh, I love this one. You know, they talked about it either being shared with them or them sharing with their children. So that was very special.
I've got a question. Could you speak just a little about GLRS?
That is our agency, like Pioneer Reset, that is set up to work with our special education department. Right off the top of my head, I can't remember what the acronym stands for.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Dr. Huff, the professional learning certainly excites everybody on this board, does our hearts good, because it's the fruition of our efforts to provide a facility like this. Your efforts on behalf of preschoolers and preschool literacy is near and dear to my heart. I do not believe that there's a single thing that you could do that would provide a better opportunity and set the stage for success in education than providing those early literacy skills. The ability to read and comprehend are the keys that unlock all of the subjects. And I've always marveled at a toddler's ability to learn the English language basically through osmosis just by being exposed. So if you can put books in the hands of parents, children, you're enhancing their opportunity to move forward successfully. So excited about that initiative. Thank you.
And thank Mr. Easter. He started the good work, and I'm just trying to continue it forward.
Any other questions for Dr. Huff? Dr. Huff, don't feel bad. We had to Google it too, because that's one of those things, the GLRS, I mean, we've heard it for years, and it's Georgia Learning Resources System, but it is exactly what Dr. Huff described. We don't familiar either, it's just always been GLRS. So that's well done. And thank you so much for not only your presentation this evening, but everything you've done to see professional learning where it is right now, past semester in Fannin County Schools, and what's to come this semester. You're doing a great job. All right, number 9, Mr. Chair, School Happens, and this month is Dr. Scott Ramsey's month to present. And this is actually with 5 schools and waiting past the first month to start. This is the first opportunity that Dr. Ramsey has had to present to you in a formal sense with School Happens. So a lot's happened since the start of the year at Fannin County High School.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Dr. Watney and Ms. Miller, Board of Education. Full disclosure, I am going to go over my time. So be real alert during my presentation, because if Mr. Banner starts chucking batteries at me, he might miss and hit one of y'all. So just be ready. Do I have a clicker? Okay. First, I want to introduce you to our new people. We had several new teachers this year. We hired Kaylee Caldwell in social studies. Just an interesting thing about her, and I won't do this with everybody, but she has hiked the entire Appalachian Trail. So that's neat. She did it all at once. They started out and did it all at once. So that's something she's very proud of. Molly Conklin was hired in English. Mike Daly is in our CTA program. He is working with our occupational safety kids. Caitlin Dickey came home to teach social studies, and she is also coaching softball for us. Jerica Green is doing our special education program, Morgan Health. We got her from the middle school. She is teaching physical education and also coaches softball. And then Daniel Hodgkins is working in our fine arts department, primarily with drama, but he also does teaching in the course. Then April Nicholson came home, and we got her from Gilmer, and she is teaching English for us. So we're very proud to have those folks. And then Melissa Reese Pickens is teaching math, and then Brittany Stennett is another one that came home from Union, and she is teaching Fannin for us. And this time she brought her husband with her, so we got him teaching science. And then Mindy Pollitt is our manager in the cafeteria, which is certainly one of my favorite places in the building. And then we also have Ginger Hewitt, Daniel Martin in the nutrition department, and then we brought back Dan the man, Dan Brown in custodial, and then also G.W. Matheson. G.W. started towards the end of last year, and we talked a lot about G.W.'s prowess for being able to conversate with you, and if he don't know you, he knows somebody that's kin to you, so he'll sit and talk with you. And then we hired 2 interventionists, that's Christy Greason and Kelly Mascalco, and then we moved Ginger Thompson from Spanish to ESOL. Hold her brother again, but we still think a lot of her. Tina Rhodes, we got her from Blue Ridge as a nurse, and she has done a phenomenal job. Our kids love her, and they'll sneak in there, and the nurse's office to see her, and she's been a real good addition for us. And then Janelle Dawson's got her from Blue Ridge as a parapro. And then Dave Nicholson works out in North Star building with them. And then thrilled with Mandy Howley. She's done a great job. She's hit the ground running as our interim assistant principal, and it's hot stolen from me.
Is that the missing box there?
We had Miss Hyde there, and she got stolen. So yeah, we've got Mandy in that position now. She's off at the start, and that is that's our new faculty and staff, and thrilled with them. And we're going to put a name with a face, and so when you're in our building, you can see them. Just some things that have been going on. Got a lot of things going on. First, we had our Spooky Science Literacy Night, and that was a big success. We had kids come in from the elementary schools and the middle schools, and they were doing science projects. Our high school kids were leading science projects, and to a Halloween theme, and they had a lot of fun doing that. And then we also turned that into a literacy night because we had Miss Heaton and some students there handing out books. So we were able to give out a lot of books that night, and we did some door prizes, and then at the end of the night, we fed them pizza. So they were very happy with pizza. On October 12th, we combined some things. We did FCHS Reality Day, and that was for our freshmen, and that was to give them a look at future planning, at finances, at some real life situations. And while they were doing that, we had our sophomores taking the PSAT along with our top juniors, and we were also giving an ASVAB. So we did a reality day and we did a mega test day. So we had all our kids doing something. And then when that was over, we did PBIS Award Day. So our teacher was sufficiently tired at the end of that day. We got a lot done. So that was a great day. And then some other things we've had going on. Our Sources of Strength Thankfulness Challenge. We had our parent volunteer training. One of the things that we've been very happy about the last couple of years, we've got a lot of parents. The more parents we can get in the building, the more involved we can get them, the better off we are. And they've been coming, and they've been volunteering, they've been working in our PBIS store. We've got parents serving on our PBIS committee. We've had them come in and do different things for the kids, and they serve the teachers breakfast. So we're just really happy to have parents in the building. The more we can get in there, the better. So we hope this is something that continues to move forward. We also did a college and financial aid night. That's where we brought the parents in and we gave them information about FAFSA, about HOPE, things they needed for scholarships, SAT, ACT, the different things that went into that. We had a lot of parents come for that, and that was very successful. That's something that we'll continue as well. And then our Coffee with the Council. This is something that we started where we bring senior parents in, and they get some one-on-one time with our counselors, and we do give them coffee. And they're just able to ask questions and find out some different things about credits needed to graduate, credits they've earned, college planning, applying for scholarships, different things like that, and as well as that social emotional piece, so we know how important that is for our kids. And then the collaborative things that we've had going on. One of the things that I love to see is our teachers working together, and our different departments working together. And we've got some examples of that up here. You can see there with Nurse Tina there, one of our special ed students has delivered her a bouquet of flowers. Well, they worked with our ag class to make those bouquets. And then they took them out and delivered them. So that was just something that they were thrilled to do, and they were so excited to get to take those to the teachers, and obviously the teachers were get it. So that was something that we were very happy about and excited to do and give them this opportunity. And then there you see the pattern from there, and that hat, I'm not really sure what she's dressed as, but that is her working with her English class, with Mr. Garen's World History class, and they're collaborating on a time period to tie those two classes together and work collaboratively. So very excited about that going on. And then our apply to college and commit to graduate ceremony. That's always very exciting for us because that's kind of both ends of the spectrum. Our seniors or our freshmen are signing a banner that they're committing to graduate, and then apply to college day, kind of seeing the end of that, where they're at the end of that journey and they're applying to college and they take that next step. So very excited about those things that are going on and will continue to go on. Excited about the things that are happening. And then Freshman Focus. I wanted to provide y'all some information about Freshman Focus. You remember we talked about Freshman Focus, and that was created. The purpose behind Freshman Focus was to ease the transition from middle school to high school, make our core classes year-long, so we would bridge those learning gaps created by COVID. One of the things we saw, especially coming in as a freshman, there might have been students who didn't have an English class when they started freshman because they weren't scheduled for that until the spring semester. So you're going that whole semester without English, and I would have teachers call and say, you know, this kid's struggling with their writing. And I looked up because I was going to call their English teacher, but they don't have English. So they wouldn't have English until the second semester. So that was one of the reasons we looked at the 4 classes year long, so they wouldn't have those gaps. And so we could close those learning gaps that COVID created because we know, you know, we were very fortunate to have an online option, but we know that nothing replaces that teacher in class. So with that being said, we wanted to make sure that we gave more time and a longer period of time for students and teachers to work together. And then we also aligned this with our school improvement goals, which creates increase our test scores and our graduation rate. And then we added that SEL component, social emotional learning, to ease that transition. We do that through advisement lessons, but also our teachers do check-ins. And they ask 7 questions in those check-ins. And one of the questions is, how are you feeling? What are some things that are causing you stress? What are some things that are causing you anxiety? And they get those answers, and then if those answers are concerning, now if it's, you know, my little brother, my little sister, I mashed my hand in the car door, some of the different answers we got, my dog peed on the carpet, you know, different things that we got, then that's not concerning. But if you get those answers that are, you know, there's something going on, then we can refer those kids to the counselor. And that's a way to kind of make that connection with them so that nobody's falling through the cracks. So we do those for that social emotional piece. And then we align with common habit strategies to focus their note-taking and help with their executive functioning skills. So those were our ideas. Those are why we wanted to do it. So how has it paid off at this point? So this is a snapshot. So this is a semester's worth of data, comparing this semester to last semester. This year we had 252 freshmen. Last year, 246. This next line, this is one of those that just jump out at you. No, that's right, there it is. Just jumps out at you. Of the 252 students, 226 are passing all their classes. That's almost 90%. That makes me want to jump around. I may go into Baptist preaching mode right now. Then passing all classes last year, 187, so that's 76%. So, you know, we've got a huge gain right there. And then the failing 1, failing 2, failing 3, it's all better this year, but then look at that bottom. Last year, failed 4 or more, 23 of those 2. 23 of those 246. This year, 2. Now, what's significant about failing 4? If you fail 4 or more, you're retained as a freshman. Last year, 9.3% were retained as a freshman. What's our graduation? 91%. Kind of telling. Now, are all those students not going to graduate? Absolutely not. We're going to work our tail off to get them caught up. But that's kind of telling when you see if they struggle coming out of that freshman year, how difficult it is to move forward. Because they're already behind and already having to play catch up and have no more room for error. So those numbers are just striking. And again, we will continue to monitor because this is just a semester's worth of data, but it's definitely trending the way we want it to trend. And then you look at attendance. Well, attendance is up. It's not tremendously up, but still it's up. 90.92 last year, 91.33 this year. So that's up almost a half a percentage point. We want to keep going in the right direction with that. All right? And then you look at that third piece. This is month by month during the same time period. The blue is last year, the red is this year. So you can see we started off, or the blue is this year, the red is last year. We started off with a little bit more than last year, and then it kind of evened out, and then we had a big drop in October, kind of even in December, or in November, and then a big drop in December. But overall, last year at this time there were 123 discipline referrals among freshmen. This year, 107. That's 16 less. If we can do that again this semester, that's 32 less. So what does that mean? That means kids are in classes. They're not in ISS. They're not in OSS. They're not coming to Saturday school. They're not doing detention. They're in class. They're learning. They're where they need to be. And that's what we're at. So if we can duplicate that again, then that's 32 less discipline referrals. That's significant. So what does that mean for the whole school? Well, since the freshmen generally lead that category, discipline is down across the whole school. You see, the green is last year, the blue is this year. So every month, discipline is a little bit less. So again, trending in the right direction. A semester's worth of data, but trending in the right direction. And I'll open that up for questions at the end if y'all have any questions about that. I'll move forward trying to dodge these batteries. All right, dual enrollment. Tremendous opportunity for our students. They can earn college credit. They can leave high school with college credit all the way up to an associate's degree. And that is such a tremendous benefit because what these classes cost right now, not a dime. When they graduate, they start costing. Right now, nothing. So we're going to have 177 college courses earned this year. That is tremendous. As you can see there, we break it down by class. Obviously, we send the most to UNG, and then definitely value their partnership with North Georgia Tech as well, John Harris. And then we have one student who's going to Chattanooga Tech, and he's going to Chattanooga Tech as well. And he took 2 courses last semester, and he's taking 2 courses this semester, and that's another young man who welding has been so good for him, and it turned his whole high school career around. And he's now working for a trailer company, doing that kind of stuff. And I talked to the guy he worked for the other day, and he said he is phenomenal. He said one of our guys bought him a grinder for Christmas, so he had to work using his class. So very proud of that, and going down there and doing what he did. And then work-based learning, we're putting a lot of kids out in the Fannin County employers. 99 students are taking part in work-based learning, and again, 35 different employers. I want to point out one picture. You can see the different places they work, but I want to point out one picture down there in the middle with that pig. I went to a pig show day before yesterday, our pig show. And if you've never been to a pig show, go to a pig show. Those kids put a lot of work and a lot of time into that. And you'll find yourself, when you're sitting there cheering, you'll find yourself saying stuff you never thought you'd say, man, that's a good looking pig. And I was saying that, and I knew what they were looking for. You come out and you have to make eye contact with the judge. You have to keep eye contact the whole time. You have to hold the employee. You have to create what they call a ham sandwich, which is to keep the pig between yourself and the judge at all times. You have to do it without crossing over. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and that just goes to speak to the many different talents that our kids have, and we have to provide them these opportunities so that they're able to enhance these talents and move forward. So I'll go to more pig shows, because it's an exciting thing to go to. And like I said, if you've never been, go, because they work so hard at it, and they put so much time, so much effort, so much money into raising these pigs. That's in March. It's coming up. So you look at our CTA program. Our CTA program is very busy. 141 pathways completed so far. That's just in the fall semester, 141 pathways completed. 98 students either passed their EOPA and earned industry credentials. Early childhood, education, engineering, food science, and nursing and patient care all had a 100% pass rate on their EOPA. That is phenomenal. Great work that our teachers and our students are doing. So you look at these individual CTSOs, and FFA, we had Samantha Atkins, and I'm going to talk about some individual folks on these just to give them recognition. Samantha Atkins, Area 1 champion in Pendleton State in quiz career development, having part of the second state in Market Go production record book. Emily Thomas, Zoe Putnam, Kellyanne Ware, and Evan Park were the Area 1 runner-up in the veterinary science team. And then we know about skills. We honored these guys here, I think last month, for their welding competition. But first and third, and again, that is against colleges, right? So these kids are going down here and they're paying for this education at colleges, and our kids who are getting it right here in Fannin County are going down there and whipping their tail. So that speaks directly to how good Mr. Flowers is doing, the instruction that he's giving, but also the work that our students are doing. And that first place team, remember, was our girls. So we're getting those, and that's one of the goals of CTA, is to get those non-traditional students into those programs. So obviously that's paying off in welding because our girls went down and beat everybody. And then Emmeline Concord finished third in career. And then the Skills USA reading competition, Ridgeland Henderson placed second in prepared speech, and then Gibson third in automotive technology or service technology. Then TSA, we know Bryce Ware was selected to be the state sergeant at arms, and they were able to attend Tech Day at the Georgia National Fair, where they earned 5th place in robotics, 6th place in pen design, and 8th place in promotional design. And then they got to go to the fall leadership conference again and again, finished top 10 in the electric car race. So a lot of success in that as well. And then HOSA, 3 students earned their CNA, their Georgia Certification Nursing Assistant, and all 3 already have employment as a CNA. So very excited for those. Conducted community service activities, which includes a blood drive. We did 2 blood drives at SCHS, and then they also took part in Boys for Tots. And then they competed at the Georgia Host Fall Leadership Conference in November. Again, just opportunities for our students to get out there, have some real world experiences, and get all these opportunities. So very excited about all the things our kids get to do. Healthcare programs, we're able to partner with industry partners to offer clinical internships. So our kids are getting to go out, Blue Ridge Assisted Living, Benchmark Physical Therapy, Southern Drug, Pharmacy, and Home EMS in Fannin County. Our kids are getting to do these things, and they're getting to do the clinical internships. They're getting to go out. We met our young man here, Trent, last week or last month, and we know the success he's having, and we know the work we have other students who are doing that too, and they're getting these real life opportunities and experiences. And then they were able to tour Lanier Tech, Northeast Georgia Medical Center, the simulation lab, and that is phenomenal, the things they get through there, because those robots are like real people, and they get to have real life situations that they get to assess and try to fix. And then Georgia Mountain Health, and then also went to UNG's Regional Education on Economic Development Program. And FCCLA is working currently in our Learning Legacy Garden, and they're doing that with a grant they received from Georgia Organics, and again, a situation where we're partnering with another class. They're partnering with our construction class to build picnic tables so that lab can be used in an outdoor classroom. So students can go out there and work in that lab and be able to use that as a learning situation. And then fine arts. If you've not been to one of our plays, I definitely suggest you go. We have some very talented folks. And these are the kids that impress me, because this is something I could never do. I can't sing. I can't carry a tune in a bucket. I can't act. But they can. They have so much talent. And to be able to watch them perform in front of all those people, they're gutsy. But our drama productions our class productions were Almost Maine, Holmes and Watson, and Wizard of Oz, and then our one-act performance, Catch Me If You Can. We had 4 visual art students who are having their art displayed at the Atlanta airport. Terminal 2, if you're down there. And it started in January, and we'll be down there for the month. So obviously very talented there. Our art students also do the volunteer face painting at Blues and Barbecue, our elementary fall festivals, and our Cookie Literacy event. The art club got to take part in the Monet Experience and tour SCAD in Atlanta. And then they also painted a mural at downtown Dognasium. You can see right there on the green wall, you can see our students painting that mural. And then they created a gingerbread house for Light Up Blue Ridge. So a lot of talented young people there who are putting their talents to work. And then our band, superior ratings at all competitions, 2nd place in Class 4A at Invitational. When Dr. Barnes said goes to a band competition, he competes up, right? He doesn't compete against the single A and double A bands, which we are. He competes against the 4A band because he wants to go against the best. And he always does really well. Sometimes he beats most of them, but sometimes he beats the whole kit to boot. So we're very proud of him and very proud of our band and what they do. They also do Veterans Day program, and our Veterans Day program is second to none. They do did 3 community parades, and hosted our 12th annual Marching Festival. Our drum major got to participate in the UGA Saxophone Day. We had Blake Collin and Connor Brown, who earned a position in the All-District Honor Jazz Band, and we had students who won positions in the District 9 High School Honor Band, as well as the 2023 State Finals. And our band trip this year is planned to the USS Intrepid and Ellis Island. So our band kids get a lot of neat experiences, so very proud of them, happy for them, the things they get to do. And we saw Moses here earlier, and he's kind of the one that started that. Mom said, taking them, so very proud of them. Our academic team right now is both JV and varsity teams are currently ranked second in the region, and we'll know more about that in February where they finish up, but they're doing very well there. And then athletics. We've honored some of these folks, but I wanted to go over this again and just do a refresher on it. Our girls cross country team was region champ for the 3rd year in a row, and they're in a different region this year, so they're beating everybody. They were able to finish 6th in the state, so that's back-to-back top 10 finishes. Our boys were region runner-up for the 3rd year in a row, and they finished 4th in the state. So again, back-to-back top 10 finishes for them. Very proud of them, the work that they do. And again, that starts down in middle school. We've got Michelle Davis down there who's doing a phenomenal job with cross country down there and sending those kids up. And, a great working relationship there. It pays off. And then our volleyball team this year, region champs, and that was the first time in school history that we had a region championship in volleyball and made the Sweet 16 in the playoffs. And lost to a private school. I declared us public school state champions in that too. We've got a lot of public school state championships. They're all by my declaration, so it don't really mean anything, but it is. It's important to me to recognize the fact that most of the time in the state playoffs when you beat, it is private schools, and that's not a level playing field. They get to pick and choose who comes to their school. We don't. And we still got great kids, and we still are very successful. So I'll take ours any day. In softball, and the softball team, we had 2 first-team all-region selections, Zoe Hutton and Natalie Harrington. We had 3 second-team all-region selections, Chelsea Fry, Dave Bailey, and Callie Inslee. And then we had an honorable mention in Sydney German, so very proud of those young ladies and the work that they do. Softball is a hard sport. It's hot out there. You got softball flying at you at 100 miles an hour, so it's exciting to watch, and they're very talented young ladies. And then individual honors for our cross-country team, all-region boys were Zachariah Prater, Luke Callahan, and Ben Block. Our all-region girls were Lindsay Holloway, who was the champ of the region, Kristen Sipic, Carla Sands, and Olivia Temple. And then we had Zachariah Prater finish 5th in the state, and Lindsay Holloway finished 10th in the state. So that's pretty impressive when you finish 10th in the top 10 individuals. And then individual awards for volleyball, we have Peyton Sloan, who was the Region 7A Player of the Year and is also a freshman. So we're pretty excited about her moving forward. And then 2 first-team all-region selections, Ava Queen and Maggie Pelfrey. And then our second-team all-region, Kaylee Davenport. And then football, guys, this was the 5th straight year that our football team made the state playoffs. So very proud of those guys. They were in a tougher region and still were very successful, made it to the Sweet 16, and had a lot of individual awards. We had Corbin Davenport, who was our 7AA Player of the Year. We had our offensive first team all-region selections, Jack Cantner, Bryson Holloway, and Gary McCammon. Second team offensive was Taylor Collis. And then our first team all-region selections on defense was Logan Long and Andrew Walter. Second team was Clay Heaton, Cade Sands, and Nate Malou. And then we had the slew of honorable mention guys down there, Carson Collis, Steve Bourne, Braden Taylor, Carson Callahan, Elijah Weaver, Joseph Annis, Jacob Dye, Case Holloway, Lawson Sullivan. And we honored those guys last night. We had our football banquet last night, and we honored those, and that was a very exciting experience. And I can also report, and I'll go over this more probably in June, but our wrestling team just won their 3rd straight 7AA area championship. And we host the first round of the state playoffs Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. If y'all need something to do, come up. You'll see some exciting stuff going on. Those wrestling folks get active. What we got? Okay, that concludes my information. Any questions?
What an incredible presentation,
Yes.
Dr. Ramsey. So much to celebrate, such success. Can
your freshman focus. The information that you presented here tonight is very impressive, the results. How has the program been received by the students and the parents?
There have been overall positive. Our overall feedback has been positive. I have met with some parents who, once they came, got the information, took them down, walked them through where they were, that they were happy with the information. But we've had some parents question it, just because it was changed. But I think that once we see the results and when they come up and we always encourage parents to come and ask those questions. Come up and see us. We'll gladly take you through. We'll answer any question you have. When we look at the majority of the comments from the students on the check-ins and things like that, those are the overwhelming majority of those are positive. But we do have some that they want to be able to have their cell phone out, different things like that. But that's every grade.
Thank you. Very impressive.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Well done, Dr. Ramsey. Thank you. All right. Mr. Danner, any public comment this evening? Okay. Mr. Chair, we can move on to item number 11, which is facilities update. Floor is yours, Mr. Danner.
Thank you, Dr. G. While Rob was pulling that up, what got Dr. Ramsey to the pig show was that ham sandwich, and that's what he heard first, and he learned that. I got a ton of pictures on here. I didn't realize that many was on there. So Rob, you just want to keep going. And this is our ag facility. Mr. Cole, we've got our acoustic boards at the ag center. So again, I'm not sure how it went during the big show, but again, when they were there, the carpet was still down, of course, and you could tell it a tremendous difference. So I'm anxious to see when the carpet is up. Bush hogging, again, we do that twice a year. We do that right before the winter break. So again, we hit this right on the nose. So again, that's our ag facility. I had to put that in, but I don't remember what date that was. Yeah, that was out for the yard that morning. Actually, I don't think it was school. Just ready for this. Got a little dicey with that one. High school.
Yeah, that was a holiday with a 12-month birthday.
Exactly. This is HVAC. This is actually fixtures from high school. This is CARES money. So again, it's about 95% complete. Everything is installed at the high school, some controls. It's like anything, you replace that and get into some issues. Middle school is pretty much complete. Got 5 more kids. Curb. This is back during our weather. This is at middle school. Got a call from Blue Ridge City. It's got a water leak. And middle school, we actually have 2 pipes. That's in the room. So I'll start it off vacation. That's like I got hay. So I come up, got that beer. That's very good. It's actually at our transportation facility. Robert called me, one of the cops said, hey, you got a problem. Door will go down. So again, this is a brand new facility. Again, it has been corrected. They had somebody on site the next morning. So again, that has been corrected. Transportations. Back to the ag facility, we do have our pad completed for our greenhouse. Well, there's got several pictures there. This is the day one going on to the completion on it. We did hit some rock, so the actual size didn't get exactly what we wanted, but we do have enough space to put a 100 by 30 greenhouse. And Mr. Henson is Dr. Ramsey can attest to this. I told Dave, I said, Dave, you did not already be written immediately. So as soon as it gets written, we will get it sent to the architect. They're going to get this stamp approved on it. We'll get it part of the access now. So that's coming soon. So we'll see how much it's actually going to cost. It's an ideal place for it. Very close to ag facilities. So it's gonna be very nice. This at the old 2290 that we don't own any longer. So, yeah, we've actually turned that over to the county. So we are completely out of that. This is that White Path building. We have some issues there. Some erosion there at the field house. Architect. We finally have our third party survey completed. It has been sent to architect actually this week. He and engineers are trying to figure out the best way to solve that issue there at the investigation. We're actually running academy speed, and we're at 5 o'clock. Look forward to get that corrected along with our other items.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tanner. Anybody have any questions or comments for Mr. Tanner from the facilities update? Okay, we'll move on to the next agenda item. And on this one, it's exciting to see things begin. And you approved this process at the previous board meeting to pursue a CM at risk. Mr. Tanner, tell the board what you've been doing up to this point to ask for approval tonight.
Up to this point, again, what we're we've sent that information to the architect, but the architect has not got the final recommendation. So we've actually requested a meeting with him over the next 2 weeks to understand things. So in the process, we've also got to get somebody in hand to stop or to fix the drain, fix the erosion at stake, to build the baseball, softball complex, to build the health wellness seedapes. So by law, we actually have to name a CM at risk. So in doing so, we created an RFQ, request for qualifications. So we sent that out on November the 15th, and we had a committee, myself, Ms. Williams, Ms. Finley, and Mr. Starlett. We had 11 people request the RFQ. We had 3 that come in actually submitted the RFQ. So we went through our rubric just like we did the last time we named CM at risk. And the committee pretty much unanimously recommended Warren Watson as our CM at risk for the next 3 projects. Again, drainage, baseball, softball complex,
all this fits together in the board training that was held earlier last semester. The vision that the board saw, the outline, things that we discussed that we would like to see happen out there. This is the first step to making it a reality. Board have any questions about this or the process or what we're looking at here? Mr. Chair, I recommend approval as presented.
We have a recommendation. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second. The motion and the second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Vote is unanimous. Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Item number 13, Mr. Chair, is to approve district financial report. We'll turn it over to Ms. Wynn. Good evening.
Okay. Good evening, Dr. White, Ms. Miller, board. Tonight I have our November 30th financial statement. We are 41.66% complete for the fiscal year. Our local revenue is at 24.94% versus 28.35% from the prior year. Our total revenues are at 30.33% versus 33.39% from the prior year. Our total expenditures are at 37.05% versus 37.75% from the prior year. And then we have our capital project statement and our special revenue statement, and then our school nutrition statement.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of financials as presented.
We have a recommendation. Do I hear a motion?
You have that motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. Approve the financial statement as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor? Vote is unanimous. Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. SPLOST audit update, item number 15, Ms. Wynn.
Yes, sir. We received this month $905,698.22, and that is collections for both the catch-up and our November, which was what we received in October, and that puts us at receiving $16.3 million to date in our collection.
All right, this is presented for information only. I'm thankful for this collection. Any other questions from Ms. Wynn? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, next item is local board training updates. So alluded to this a little bit earlier, leading us on the path to, oh, I'm sorry. SPLOST audit update. I'm rushing ahead. Thank you. Sorry, Ms. Wynn. Go ahead.
Mr. Inslee, if you'll go on the Fannin County, the bottom.
It's good news. I can't
It is great news.
Yeah, jump past this. It is. It's great news. All right, so tell us a little bit about what this is and why we have to have it.
Yes. Yes, sir. Georgia Code Section 20.2.491 requires public schools systems to obtain a continuing performance audit for expenditures of sales tax or capital outlay if the tax generates $5 million or more annually. So, and what I want to go into and explain is exactly what the independent performance audit shall have in that audit. And it'll include a goal of ensuring to the maximum extent possible that the tax funds are expended efficiently and economically so as to ensure that the school district receives maximum benefits from the dollars that we collect. It also shall provide for issuance of periodic reports, not less than once annually, with respect to the extent to which tax funds are expended efficiently and economically as described in item number 1. And it also provides for issuance of periodic public recommendations, not less than once annually, for improvement in meeting the goals specified in item number 1. And then the audit goes down and it gives us our SPLOST referendums, which it shows the SPLOST 2014 referendum and 2019 referendum, and that is what was approved by the voters. And then if you continue down, you get the audit, the scope, objectives, and methodology. And I do want to point out that our audit covers the year of the SPLOST program from July 1, 2021 through June 30, 2022. And from a listing of disbursements made during that time period, Mauldin Jenkins tested a sample of SPLOST expenditures totaling $3,133,215, or 21.7% of our total disbursements for that audit period. And the objections, the audit objectives for this audit that they have to determine is to determine whether the schedule of projects adheres to the approved resolution adopted by the Fannin County School District, to determine that the reporting effectiveness between the school district and the Board of Education communicates the status of capital outlay projects, to ensure that legislative, regulatory, and organizational goals and objectives were achieved, to determine the reliability of the monitoring function, to verify that actual project expenditures are not exceeding budgeted amounts, to determine whether there is an effective means of monitoring program performance within a projected timeline, to evaluate the fidelity of expenditures, and to evaluate the timely completion of each capital project. The audit also determines the reliability, fidelity, or relevance of financial analysis to verify that cash flows conform to forecasted projections by project and priority, and that intended economic results are accomplished. It determines whether effective procedures exist to verify that design and construction of capital projects adhere to applicable quality control standards, to determine the effectiveness of the financial controls in place to ensure that the receipt and expenditure of tax revenue funds are in compliance with applicable laws and regulations, and to determine whether management of the school district is following board-approved procurement policies and procedures. So that is all of the audit objectives that Malden and Jenkins went about. And then if we continue through that, they actually show how they plan the audit. And then you can see each audit objective. If someone wants to read in detail, they list each objective, they list the procedures they performed, and they list that we met every single result. And that presents our SLOS audit.
I'm proud of these results. This shows that the Fannin County Board of Education, operating under sound policy, following the law, is using the eSPOS funds the proper way and as stated based on the publicly approved referendum.
We have met every result, every SLOS audit, and have not received recommendations for us to improve.
That is wonderful news indeed, and the objectives of that audit perfectly mirror the objectives of this board. We appreciate every one of those tax dollars, and we will do our utmost to use them efficiently for the betterment of the students in Fannin County. That's great news.
We do. Thank you.
Any other comments? All right, Ms. Smith, congratulations.
Thank you.
Our next item, number 16. Sorry, I was rushing you along, Mr. Root, and trying to bypass such good news, Ms. Smith. All right, now we're ready for our board training update.
Absolutely. So, going back to the beginning of the meeting, with the 2022 exemplary board status and receiving that award, one item that the board has to go through in order to become exemplary and continue to have that status, we have to go through so many hours of local board training. And so in September, it was determined, we determined that the different types of training we would go through would be facilities planning for local boards, planning for boards of education, and so those were taken care of in the fall. Then in the spring, we have two more topics that we're going to make sure that we discuss. One is analyzing demographic and financial data, and one is charter and governance training. So even though we don't quite have the date set yet, that's coming, I just wanted to give a quick update to let you know that we do have those topics ready in order to take care of the charter and governance training. Lynn Plunkett will have a video. She's from the Charter System Foundation. And then also we'll be able to take care of the analyzing and demographic financial data, and we'll be able to take care of all of that by getting out into the schools. And that's one thing that I know about you gentlemen, and we all appreciate about you gentlemen, is that you enjoy and you get excited about getting out into our schools. So we know that we visited the high school in the first semester, so we're going to visit two of the other schools in the morning, and then the other two schools in the afternoon on that day, and be able to accomplish these topics again by getting out to the schools, and we're really excited about that. And as soon as we have that date and all that set, we will let you guys know and let everybody else know about that date as well.
Any questions or comments about the training that's being proposed? And we're not remiss at this point not to have a date. We're good.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Root. Mr. Chair, item 17, personnel. I defer to you as to whether we need executive session.
Everyone okay? I do not believe we need an executive session.
Okay, thank you. I'll give everybody a moment to find the personnel sheet dated 1/12/23. Good. Okay, we have one resignation this evening. It is Tara Wilson, and the effective date of the resignation is 12/16/22. Make that recommendation, Mr. Chair.
We have a recommendation of your motion.
So moved. Second.
Motion second. All those in favor? Vote unanimous. Motion carries.
Thank you. We have recommendations. All of these are pending completion of paperwork, background check, and training requirements. We have two custodians, both effective 1/13/23. It is Shirley Payne and Guy Woody. I'll make those recommendations together, Mr. Chair.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
motion second. All those in favor? Vote unanimous. Motion carries.
Thank you. The next recommendation is for professional staff currently employed by Henry County School District. However, I have spoken with their superintendent, and I expect that we'll be able to obtain a release upon your approval. Tonight, board, pending receipt of a release from a contract with Henry County Schools by February 6, 2023, is Alicia Locker. Make that recommendation, Mr. Chair.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
And a second? Motion and second. All those in favor? Vote is unanimous. Motion carries.
All right, the next one is effective the first of this month, and it is position of technology. This may seem odd, but I'll elaborate a little bit. Scott Mathis, make that recommendation, Mr. Chair.
I'll make that motion.
I'll
have a second.
13th to 14th, whatever.
We have a motion and a lot of seconds. All those in favor? Vote is unanimous. Motion carries.
All right, we have substitute employee recommendations. These are pending completion of paperwork, background check, and training requirements. I'm going to do them separately because of the additional on the second person. The first one is Timothy Messer for substitute teacher effective 1/13/23. Make that recommendation, Mr. Chair.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second. Motion and second. All those in favor? Vote is unanimous. Motion carries.
The next one is Rebecca Cox, and this is for two separate positions. The first is substitute teacher, the second is substitute nutrition, effective 1/13/23. Make that recommendation, Mr. Chair.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor? Vote is unanimous. Motion carries.
Board, you may recall that we approved student workers for the current semester at the end of last semester. However, we had one student that, due to a schedule change, is unable to perform the clerical position for which approval was given. So we have a second student who can fill the role in clerical as a student work program participant. This is, again, pending completion of paperwork and all Fannin County High School related program requirements. Carly Campbell, clerical for the second semester of this school year. Make that recommendation, Mr. Chair.
And do I hear a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor? Vote is unanimous. Motion carries.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. That leads us to the next item, which is comments, I think. Let me make sure with my glasses. So to elaborate on the recommendation of Mr. Mathis, in line with Ms. Miller's vision for the technology department, and also I agree with what she's doing with the way things are changing in society and how we utilize technology. The change with Mr. Mathis is to begin a transition of responsibilities between the instructional side of that department and the technology infrastructure side of that department. And congratulations, Scott, who will now be cybersecurity and network coordinator. He will continue to oversee all things network and hardware related with an added emphasis on security. And this arm of the technology department will continue to fall under Mr. Danner as technology, has up to this point this past semester. Ms. Finley will continue as director, and she will continue to grow and expand the technology department's role in academics through facilitating and enhancing teaching and learning. That was my charge to her when I became superintendent, was to increase that aspect of the department. She's done quite well, and she will become a part of Mr. Rue's outstanding academic team. And I know that you already work with them extensively to make the wonderful things happen that we do in this district with instruction. So congratulations, Scott. I'm very proud of you. And Heather, congratulations to you as well as what you've done with the department to take us where we are instructionally with technology. You have certainly fulfilled the charge that I gave you as a superintendent. I'm proud of what you've done with the department and where it is instructionally with technology. Couldn't have done it without you. And I do think that God's hand was in it, because looking back, at the time of my appointment, we'd never heard of COVID. And then at the point, just a short time later, after you started making enhancements to the technology infrastructure and things like curriculum online learning days and that type of thing became available to our district, we were well prepared for the events that then began to unfold early in 2020. So I commend you for how you did that and got us that direction. Scott, I look forward to you and your growth as a leader in what you're doing in this. I'm very proud of you, and I certainly enjoy working with you. I spent a decade with you. You know your hardware. I'm proud of you, and I'm looking forward to seeing continued success in the technology administration of our school district. I want to just give a huge shout out to all of our leadership. Christmas weekend, we're out checking buildings. All of these leaders that you see in the room board that oversee a facility, they're out checking the facilities. That's not only do they do everything that you see publicly that Dr. Ramsey did an outstanding job outlining in his presentation about his school, but in that level of excellence, we're seeing it at the other four as well. Very proud of that. But behind the scenes, all of the traditional aspects of running a school still exist. And that operational leadership, which is really, it falls back under Darren's overall leadership in the school district. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of effort. And I had a meeting last week in Pine Risa with a group of fellow superintendents, and everybody was talking about the extremely cold weather that we experienced. And I saw a video that one superintendent had of her middle school in her district, water pouring down for days in the building. And in this district, we're out checking and finding a week shortly after they happened, no significant flooding. Both because we were blessed with floor drains near where the leaks occurred, but we were also blessed with early detection. And that comes from people getting up, getting out of bed, going out and checking their buildings. And I'm thankful for that. That's one thing that people are sometimes surprised at the age of some of the facilities, but they're so well cared for. And that speaks to our maintenance program. That speaks to the leaders who run the buildings. I'm thankful for that. So I just want to give you guys a huge shout out. Today, with the weather, watching the forecast, and those decisions, they started yesterday because the forecast kept refining. The timeline kept changing. In fact, we're living that right now, watching for the potential of snow overnight into tomorrow evening. But the forecast seems to still be evolving as we move forward. But we still, no matter how inconsistent or unpredictable the forecast might be, the weather might be, we still need to have school. For some kids, this is the safest, warmest, the place where they're most loved, the place where they're fed, the place where they're safe. And so it is always our objective to have kids in school to the maximum extent possible. We demonstrated that during the pandemic, and we continue to demonstrate that today just in our daily practice of trying to keep school and have school at every opportunity. I want to give a huge shout out to our bus drivers, to our transportation department, my road crew, Robert, Darren, Lucas, we were all, Shannon, all out on the roads, checking various aspects ahead of the buses, working in conjunction with our Fannin County Road Department. Those are some outstanding, fast-moving people with their chainsaws out clearing roads. Our utility crews, both Tri-State and Blue Ridge as well, covering various parts of the county where something may have fallen, affected line. There was some incredible work that was occurring very quickly this afternoon, and we weren't that delayed with our schools getting kids home. All of the coordination and the level of communication to make something like that happen on a normal day is impressive, but to make it happen on a day like this where you're in real time making decisions to hold buses, release buses, hold this bus, that bus, because Mr. Daner is out in a certain section of the county, has identified a problem, we're going to hold this particular bus and send everybody else. The use of the school radio system, the use of the technology network, the use of all of our forms of communication to, in real time, make decisions that keep kids safe is amazing. My hat's off to all of you and your work on that. And that, that's the people who are leading the buildings, the people that are out on the roads. That's also the people that are in the offices and in the schools that are helping to coordinate all of it as well. So proud of you. And with that, I just want to say thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Chair, Mr. Vice Chair, on your reappointments for the coming year and this entire board for your success with the exemplary board. You truly are exemplary. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's a brand new year. So, Mr. Galloway, I've lost track of where we are. Sure. We'll start with you.
Awesome. I'll be glad to. Ethan, thank you for everybody that showed up and listened. Appreciate everybody that is here. Dr. Amazing job. Thank you for the presentation. Mr. Dan, as always, appreciate all the hard work you do behind the scenes. Taking care of keeping them on the phone. So that's a headache, but I do appreciate you taking care of it. I want to say thank you to Scotty, all the work he's done. Congratulations.
I think it's great. I thank Mr. Miller for her vision and that possible also. Congratulations to the chair and vice chair. I'll definitely say it's an honor for those guys during this time. They did an amazing job as chair. I've learned a lot from there, so I appreciate all of you, sir. You did a great job as chair. And the guys sitting next to me here, wow, all of the great things that we from when I was chair, from making decisions, laughing, crying, praying, you name it. So, incredible job, sir. With that,
Thank you. We'll just go right down the line, John.
I'd just like to thank y'all for making this outstanding year meeting. Y'all have all been very, sound like y'all are folks, good folks.
I ain't got too much to say. Anyhow, I'd like to thank our SROs. Safety is our number one thing, and I'm grateful for our SROs. Mr. Mopes, 47 years. What a great job. I'm thankful for our SGT. They do a lot in our schools, and I'm grateful for them. Dr. Huff, Mr. Ramsey, and Danner, and anybody else that's presented. Great presentation. I'm thankful for our academic coaches. Glad they are doing a great job. I'm thankful for all of our employees. Every one of them. All of them are equal in my book. Second, Scott, all the tech department. Congratulations. You did a great job with the system. And I was privileged a couple of days ago to get a call from one of our teachers at West Fannin. And she wants me to come down tomorrow and do some my great work. She wants me to tell about repurpose. I don't know a thing about repurpose. I don't know a thing about it. But I'm going to go down and teach them something. I'm going to take some of my art. I'm going to take the things that make up that component and just show them how that you can take junk and make money out of it. And I'm just thankful to be on board. And I'm thankful for everyone that's here tonight.
Well, it's a great honor to get to see Mr. Mopes awarded for that. Him and Wanda will never be able to hear all the good testimonies of what they've actually done for us. It seems like every time I get together with people that they had involvement with, we all have stories, and we talk about the things that we learned from them. Posture, how to walk, I mean, just crazy stuff that people still remember 50. And it just, it's amazing the legacy that they've left, that has impacted so many kids. I'm very thankful for them. Dr. Ramsey, great passion. I like it. Because I'm passionate about those same things you're talking about. It's exciting to see those kids flourishing and that hands-on experience. So that really excites me. Thankful for the resource officers. That SPLOS money that we're looking at, that's people really don't realize. I talk to people every day. I'm talking about how that's impacted our school. We're talking about building a new softball field, baseball field. That's something that we absolutely need, and we have the money there to do it. So I'm so thankful for that. And to be debt free. I'm thankful for the volunteers that come to our school. Mr. Tanner, aren't you thankful for the volunteers? Secret Santa, I mean, throughout the school-wide district, there are people that come and give their time to make sure that those kids have a good time during the holidays, feeding them, I mean, because it gets overwhelming in the lunchroom and you got people there. It's just, they're unseen heroes helping our little kids, and it's very exciting. Congratulations, Scotty. And I do enjoy working. Thank you. Thankful to this board. They are my family, as well as you guys. Principal, I see you. I love the heart that you have for the kids. I'm always there for you. You need me, I'll be there.
Thank you very much. I will rehash all the things that have already been said. I will tell you that it is truly an honor to serve on this board. This is 18 years for me now. It's not just an honor, it's a joy. I meant what I said earlier. We really do think of you as family. And the successes that you share with us just thrill us. And one of the advantages of being on the board for that length of time is that you get to see some of those initiatives come to fruition. In Dr. Ramsey's presentation tonight, one of his highlights was the band competition. I remember distinctly the debate, and it was extensive, that went into deciding whether or not we would use natural turf or pay the extra money for artificial turf in the state. But making that choice allowed us to hold that band festival. It would not have been a possibility on natural turf. We would destroy it. So it's just a joy to get to see some of these initiatives come to fruition. And thank you, by the way, for mentioning parents being involved on your campus. I can recall a time when you didn't see many parents at the high school. That's wonderful. The more community involvement and parental involvement we have, the better. It just, we just walk away in awe when we get to tour your schools and see all of the wonderful things that are going on. Makes you want to start over and go back again. Almost. Ms. Finley and Mr. Mathis, thank you for not only doing such a good job with technology, but keeping us ahead of the curve. I saw a news blurb this week that said that there was a shortage of people who could write code. I thought to myself, well, they can come and recruit some of our second graders. But you truly have kept us ahead of the curve, and we're thankful for that. It's such an important part of what we do. Thank you to all of you. You just do remarkable work, and we appreciate you so much. Board, thank you for your confidence and the kind words. Most appreciated, and it's just an honor to serve with you. It is 7:15. So I hope. No, it's fine. We're thankful that you folks are so dedicated and you get out and make those safety calls with your best interest of our students. Safety will always be number one. Hope you have a great evening and drive carefully on the way home. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion and second. All those in favor, we stand adjourned. Thanks again and be safe.
If I can see the road.